Hey guys, what's up? This is Diego here at Cinemageddon Reviews. Today, I'm here to review the movie Vivarium, starring Imogen Poots and Jesse Eisenberg. It's not a movie that you've probably heard of, and if you have, you're likely not interested in seeing it. And to be honest with you, I wouldn't blame you if you didn't. So in this movie, Jesse Eisenberg and Imogen Poots play a couple who are looking to buy their first house together. They're touring through this weird new neighborhood called Yonder where nobody lives yet, and every single house is identical to the last, and they're being guided by this really creepy looking realtor, when suddenly, he just vanishes out of thin air. And no matter how far these two people drive or walk in any direction, they can't seem to find the exit to this neighborhood. And eventually, a box arrives on their doorstep, inside of which is a baby, with instructions saying that they have to raise that baby and they'll be released. I was instantly hooked by this concept, and I thought this could not only bring some great psychological terror and mystery, but also some pretty good humor as they try to figure out what's going on and how to escape. They'll crack some jokes, maybe we'll get to know these characters a little better, and maybe there'll be a cool twist or a cool villain, and it'll wrap up in a really great way. But the thing about an interesting concept like this is that in order for it to be great, it has to be handled by the right people, the right writer, the right director. This movie, in my opinion, didn't have that. Let's get into the positives first. Jesse Eisenberg and Imogen Poots are easily the best parts of this movie. They're talented actors, they're likable, they're funny, and they can deliver really well on the emotional highs and lows of this movie. But the problem is, as soon as they're stuck in this neighborhood, the movie just kind of doesn't do anything else with these characters. You don't learn anything about them, at least nothing that makes them interesting, so why should you care what happens to them in the end? The concept, as I said before, is really interesting and has a lot of potential. In fact, I would say the first 30 minutes or so of this movie were great. It has a really on-the-nose message about suburban life and how it can become really frustrating and boring and annoying for some families, but that's kind of what made it so effective and creepy, for a little while. But then the movie keeps going and we're like, okay, we're gonna do more with this, right? Like, we're gonna go places and we're gonna explore all the concepts that are being presented here. For the rest of this movie, all they do is go back and forth between trying to raise this kid that grows up faster than any normal human being and trying to escape. And it really drags the pacing. In fact, I felt just as trapped as they were in this situation. Now, you could say that that's what they were going for to begin with, this claustrophobic feeling that you're trapped somewhere and you don't understand what's going on and you're trying to leave but you can't. But if your audience is constantly waiting for something to surprise them, that's never a positive. This movie has no subtlety in it. I guessed everything that was happening and where this movie was headed in the first 10 minutes. It didn't surprise me at all. It had its share of creepy moments, to be fair, but they were just too few and far between. Other concepts are brought up, but they're never fully explored, and it's honestly unnerving. All you get for the whole movie is Jesse Eisenberg and Imogen Poots trapped in the situation and dealing with it, and acting the way you'd expect them to act until whatever it is that happens to them at the end of the movie, which I won't spoil, but I kind of saw it coming. Now, I know what you're thinking. That's what they were going for. That's what makes the movie work, but here's the thing. This is one of my pet peeves with movies nowadays that have original concepts like this. You get so caught up in the idea that you have something new, that you have something original, and then you forget to just make an entertaining film. So in the end, guys, Vivarium is not as good as it could have been. Jesse Eisenberg and Imogen Poots are good. The cinematography is good, the production design is good, but the story is honestly just filled with missed potential. So with that said, my rating for Vivarium is 2 out of 10. It's a bummer. It's a real bummer. This movie could have done so much more with the concept. It could have had a lot more flair, a lot more personality, a lot more quirkiness and humor. Now, I'll tell you what does have all that. My next review is going to be for the series that everybody on the internet is making memes about, the Netflix documentary show Tiger King. So stay tuned for that video very soon. As always, if you're watching this on Facebook, be sure to give us a like, and if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our new content. Thank you guys so much for watching Cinemageddon Reviews. My name's Diego, and I'll see you guys next time.